that is marked as exhibit number 2. It's over there. Pull up the volume, that's it. Which one you want? Both of them.
My exhibit number 2 has stuff on the second page that is not copied.
Not what?
Not relevant.
Well, it's there's like a
Page 2 is not
tag over
relevant.
it or something.
Actually, it's exhibit number 1, you're right.
No, I'm looking at number 2.
No.
Number 1 is
Mine's got a different page.
both. Number 2 is the same way on the second page.
No.
Well, let me know.
That is irrelevant.
There's mine right here.
Exhibit number 1 is 1 page.
Well, for the record, you want to just read out what the date is on that, so that we will understand.
Yeah, I'm going to have Mr. Young do that.
I know, but just before we get to Mr. Young, just tell us what it
Sandy's
is.
making an objection here.
Excuse me, could we have a copy of these so we could examine them too?
Well,
You did make them, Mr. Phineas.
did I? Do I have an extra copy? Exhibit number 1 has a page number at the bottom, which is 528, okay?
So it's only 1 page.
Right. Exhibit number 2 has a page 1010 and 1011.
Okay, now my 1011, at the top, it's part of it is whited out. See this?
Yeah, there's a tab there, that's what happened. Okay. Well, I'll tell you what, just in case this happened, I brought in the original books. So we'll get another copy made.
So are you going to provide us copies so we can see the exhibits before you start questioning?
Yes, I will, because here they are, right here.
Thank you.
Oh, I see what happened. We had, as you can see, Sandy, a yellow sticker was right over that. So we have the originals here.
Well, just tell me what's the few words. Can you just read the few words that are slotted out so I can put it down?
Sure.
It's not that long.
Okay, let's
That's not it.
substitute.
Page 2 is not relevant, Jesse. This is...
That's the wrong page, too. Okay. The first line on page 1011 of Exhibit 2 reads, "As it is only the truth of the matter, period. They thought that outside the U.S. Scientology was not religious, comma, which
Hold
is..."
on. Scientology. Okay.
Comma, which is false, period. The impression must be strongly corrected in the FDA at once. Is that it?
Yeah.
Okay. And we'll substitute the better copy of page 1011 at the end. Okay, Mr. Young.
I'm sorry, can you just hang on, because we only have 1 copy here, I just want to make sure we have a chance to read it. Unless you have additional copies.
No, I thought 3 copies would be sufficient, but I was wrong.
Read your complaint.
Mr. Young, can you identify Exhibit 1?
Yes.
What is it?
It's an HCO policy letter.
And what is it concerning?
Well, could we just for the record state the date and all that so it's clearly identified?
What's the title and the date?
29 October 62, title is Religion.
And where did you obtain this copy that's marked as Exhibit 1?
I obtained that from one of the green volumes, which I have here with me.
Could you pick up that green volume and tell us exactly the name of that volume and the number?
This is the Organization Executive Course, Volume 7.
And who publishes that book?
At this time, it was published by the Publications Department.
Of what company?
objection is to the form.
It was its own company. It would be the equivalent of what is today Bridge Publications. It was the Scientology Publications arm.
Okay. Now, when you took the minister's course, did you study this bulletin that's exhibit number 1?
Yes.
And what was the significance of this bulletin?
Objection is to the form.
Well, it was one of the few where Hubbard talked about Scientology and religion.
Move to strike.
And Mr. Young, is there any significance to this particular bulletin in relationship to Exhibit 2?
Objection is to form.
Exhibit 2...
We haven't even identified Exhibit 2 yet.
Well, you're absolutely right. Mr. Young, where did you... what was the source of Exhibit 2?
Exhibit 2 is from page 1010 of the Organizational Course, Volume 7, which was published, let me get a publication date here, copyright 1991.
By whom?
This is by Bridge Publications.
Is that related to Scientology?
They published the Scientology publications.
Well, could we identify for the record what this is? Because it's very confusing when he says 1991. The thing I'm looking at says HCO policy letter of 29 October 1962 entitled